Hello and welcome to Pushing Back, Ukraine Daily Brief. As the war enters its 992nd day, these are the main developments from the past 24 hours. The update from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Russia has lost approximately 714,380 troops in Ukraine since the beginning of the war. The number, which has not been independently verified, includes 1,770 casualties over the past day. According to the released Ukrainian figures, Russia lost 24 tanks, 49 armored combat vehicles, 56 artillery systems, 61 drones, 96 vehicles, and 3 pieces of special equipment. The Russians launched 156 combat clashes and carried out 69 airstrikes, including 106 anti-aircraft missiles on the territory of Ukraine. They also used 873 kamikaze drones and carried out 4,178 attacks on the positions of Ukrainian troops and settlements using various types of weapons. In its latest intelligence update, the UK's Ministry of Defence reports. The Central Bank of Russia has raised its base interest rate to 21% to combat rising inflation. This is the highest rate since the start of the Ukraine conflict. While the Central Bank of Russia believes this measure is necessary to control inflation, it has faced criticism from Russian business leaders. High interest rates are expected to hinder business investment and growth, particularly as corporate loans tied to the base rate have increased. This could lead to higher debt costs and increased financial pressure on businesses, potentially resulting in more bankruptcies. Additionally, inflationary pressures are projected to worsen in 2025 due to increased government spending, labor shortages, and ongoing sanctions. This will force the Central Bank of Russia to balance inflation control with economic growth. In its latest intelligence update, the Institute for the Study of War. Russian forces recently advanced during 2 company-sized mechanized assaults within and south of Kurakov in western Donetsk Oblast. Geolocated footage confirms reports that an explosion damaged the Ternivska Dam at the Kurakivsky Reservoir on November 11. Recent Western and Ukrainian estimates about the size of the Russian force grouping in Kursk Oblast do not represent a significant inflection, as Russian forces have spent several months gathering forces for a future counter-offensive effort to expel Ukrainian forces from Russian territory. Ukrainian military officials warned that Russian forces may intensify assaults in Zaporizhia Oblast in the near future. Select Russian defense officials appear to be contradicting Russian President Vladimir Putin's recent assertion that Russia is not interested in forming a unified security bloc against the West. Russian forces recently advanced near Toretsk and Kurakov and in Kursk Oblast. The Russian military reportedly continues to coerce conscripts into signing Russian military service contracts, likely as part of ongoing crypto mobilization efforts. In Zelensky's nightly address, he spoke about 3 key areas. Firstly, streamlined transfers for Ukrainian warriors. Ukraine has introduced a new system allowing its military personnel to transfer units within the armed forces, eliminating bureaucracy by using the Army Plus app. This feature, approved by the Cabinet of Ministers, will begin with a testing phase. All military commanders' decisions will be monitored to ensure fair and transparent transfers, aiming to extend this option to all defense and security forces. Secondly, strengthening diplomatic relations and sanctions against Russia. Zelensky met with newly appointed ambassadors from Greece, Albania, Japan, and Egypt, emphasizing the importance of international cooperation in supporting Ukraine. He also imposed further sanctions on Russian enterprises, aligning these with international measures against Russia's military and aviation sectors. Lastly, honoring defense and security personnel. Zelensky established a professional day for Ukraine's State Bureau of Investigation to honor its contributions to justice. He awarded State Bureau of Investigation members, including posthumous recognitions, for their service in frontline areas. He also engaged in discussions with Canada, focusing on strengthening cooperation with G7 partners to bolster Ukraine's defenses. Thanks for following today's updates. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. We'll return tomorrow with the latest news on the ongoing conflict.